These are admittedly some strange and dark times, but we can't live in the light all the time. As a great author once said, you have to take whatever light you can hold into the dark with you. And so we here at Illuminated Objects aim to keep bringing a little more light into the world during dark times. Now that we're all staying close to home and the people we love, and we can't go out as we usually do, we thought we might be able to bring a little bit of what we're making to you. So here's a small tour of the Illuminarium and the various objects and devices we've created for you. They all await new homes, and perhaps you may choose to have one to light your home during this troubled time. And if not, we hope what we show you and talk about may bring you some small amount of joy and a little light entertainment. This is our current collection of illuminated objects. And as you can see, they range in wide variety. We have many that are one-of-a-kind vintage objects, typically from the 20s or 30s. Others we can make multiples of. And we also have some as yet unbuilt objects, which we'll share with you a little bit later. And as we complete them, we'll be posting more information. We're always working on something new in the lab, so you never quite know what we'll have on our shelves. But this ought to give you an idea of the sorts of items that we have available. And joining me here today is our own illustrious Mr. Jeff Smith, our chief illuminologist. And Jeff and I have been working together for some 3 years, isn't it?
3 years now.
Yeah, and enjoyed every minute of it. We have some very special things to show you, so shall we get on with it, Mr. Smith?
Okay.
All right. Now this piece is the very first type of illuminated object ever created. It's our illuminated microphone, and it is our most popular piece. Now, one of the things about all of the things that we create is that they have dimmer switches on them, so you can adjust the brightness however you like. So they get quite dim and also quite bright. Now with this piece, there is a little trick you can do with it if you have a little hand-eye coordination.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
Which fortunately works with any song.
Any song.
Recent studies have shown you can improve your singing up to 27%. With this piece, however, we can't confirm it. This next is our very popular illuminated candlestick telephone. And it operates a little differently from most of our pieces. To illuminate it, simply lift up the receiver. And then you can adjust the brightness as you prefer simply by turning the dial. Once you've set it to exactly where you like it, you can just hang it up to turn it off. This is our classic Hamilton Beach mixer. This piece also features a very handsome Coca-Cola glass housing around the bulb. And it has 3 speeds as the original: off, low, and high. One of the things we especially like about this piece is the absolutely lovely star pattern that it makes that's reflected on any surface. The glass is removable, so if you prefer another, you can insert one rather than the Coca-Cola glass, but we find it really rather handsome. This is one of our kinetic pieces. It actually has some motion involved in it, and this is a perfect example of thermodynamic equilibrium in action. What's happening here is the heat from the bulbs is causing the liquid, which is an ethyl alcohol, to vaporize, and that vaporization creates pressure on the remaining liquid and forces it upward into the top of the vial. Left on its own, this will burble and boil away for quite some time. Eventually, the liquid will rise up to the top. However, just by cupping your hand gently at the top of the vial, it creates enough of a temperature differential to return the liquid to the bottom. And that is thermodynamic equilibrium in action. Now, if you were to brighten the bulbs, it creates a bit more heat, and that speeds up the reaction somewhat. As you can see, the liquid in the vial is rising a bit more rapidly. This happens to be mounted on a voltmeter that measures direct current microamperes. It's since been disabled, but it's a lovely example